I got New Super Mario Bros. Wii the day it came out last month, and I made a decision not to play it until I finished my schoolwork and got out of school for the winter. And I got out, and the day I got back from my last class, I popped it in, and I'm glad I did that because it's a lot to get into, and I'm really enjoying it. It was really worth waiting for. And I just want to make some of my first impressions. I have a little cheat sheet here. I deliberately didn't I didn't watch any of the footage or previews aside from the onstage demonstration at E3 2009. So I was very surprised and excited to see that the Koopalings were back when I watched the intro. Definitely was not expecting to see that. That was a long time coming. I remember when in Super Mario Sunshine, the new Bowser Jr. character literally just came out of nowhere, and it was kind of weird and awkward to me. And then New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, there was an interview with the development team, and they said that they didn't bring the Koopalings back and used Bowser Jr. to have continuity with Mario Sunshine. And then when Super Mario Galaxy came out, the Mario game that most harkened to the classic 2D Marios, they said they didn't have the Koopalings in that one because they wanted continuity with New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. So it's sort of like a vicious cycle of them not bringing back the Koopalings for wanting continuity and having the Bowser Jr. And Mario Sunshine really sort of introduced a lot of the feel and sort of the mood and the characters and motifs of the newer Mario games. So it was nice to finally, and it was really weird seeing the Koopalings in the context of a modern Mario Brothers game post Mario 64. But it was really nice to see, and a lot of things like Yoshi, I was surprised to see that they have the old in Super Mario World and all the games until Yoshi's Story. Yoshi sort of had a beatbox sort of effect for his voice, and they brought that back, which I'm very surprised with, because since Yoshi's Story has sort of gone to sort of cute little chirps and stuff like that, and I really didn't like that much. I think it made it too cutesy. I like they brought back the old sound effect. They brought back the new sound effect they brought in the flutter jump from the Yoshi's Island games, which I was sort of surprised. When I lost Yoshi, I went to go flutter jump, and that wasn't there, because I'm not used to there being a flutter jump in the context of a Super Mario Brothers platformer, which I'm really glad they brought that back. When I saw the Hammer Brothers in the third level in the first world, I was like, wow, they're really not kidding about this being a lot harder, because those are my least favorite enemies. I don't think they even appeared till almost halfway through the first Super Mario Brothers. The graphics, I don't know. I don't understand why people are complaining about the graphics in this game. The graphics look great. They're fine. They're pretty much perfect considering... Yeah, they're pretty much perfect. I mean, what do you want to see, the lint in Mario's cap or something? I mean, the graphics are perfect for the game. The controls, it's surprising how much control they managed to get in, how many different moves they managed to squeeze in on a controller with so few buttons. Because I remember when Super Mario World came out, like, a lot of emphasis was placed on how many moves he has because of the new buttons. Now he has almost all the same moves with fewer buttons. Going back to sound effects they brought back for the spin and jump, they brought back the sound effect from Super Mario World. I was really happy about that. Now for the things I didn't like that much or just need some time to get used to, no online. I already made a whole video about that. There's no point complaining about that anymore, but very disappointing. It's interesting, they have the new ice flowers, which work nothing like they did in Mario Galaxy. This seems, I'm up to the end of World 2 right now. It sort of seems almost like they intended the ice flower to be sort of the mainstay power-up, and the fire flowers so far have been a lot less common. I don't like the ice flower that much. I don't like the way you freeze the enemies. It doesn't behave like how I'm kind of used to playing Metroid or something. It doesn't feel very Mario-like to me. It feels a little clunky. I'll deliberately pass up an ice flower until I could get a fire flower. I'll stay Super Mario before I use an ice flower. This far, I'm probably just going to need to get used to it. I'm probably just being like Cranky Kong, getting upset about new things and old franchises. Recycled music. I remember the first time I played Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, the first time I popped in Super Mario World or Super Mario World 2, and Mario 64, like, the new music when you first go into the first level is such a special part of playing a new Mario Brothers game to me, and also in Super Mario Brothers for the DS, New Super Mario Brothers. And for them to start playing the game and to hear the Super Mario Brothers overworld, the new Super Mario Brothers overworld theme again, it was kind of disappointing. The remix is nice, and the updated version of the athletic theme is really nice, but it was very disappointing. And the thing is, there's lots of original music so far for the underwater theme and so forth. All the original and for the castles, that was original, but with motifs from the older castle themes. It was so disappointing that it's not like nostalgia, because it was just a couple of years ago. It's not like when they used Super Mario Bros. 3 music in Mario Galaxy where it's a throwback. It feels kind of lazy, but it's not like they didn't have time to make a new theme. And someone on YouTube, I forgot their name, I'll probably post a link to it on the video, made, before new Super Mario Bros. 3 was announced, they made their own fan music for a theoretical new Super Mario Bros. 2 that sounds very Nintendo-like and very professional, and for them to not have a new main theme is kind of disappointing. Why are there two different colored toads for the third and fourth players? That's very lazy. When I turned on the game and see two toads running behind Mario and Luigi, that just strikes me as being very lazy and sort of half-assed a bit. But this seems like a game Nintendo cared so much about making special, like a tribute to every Mario game before it, and for them to have two different colored toads for the third and fourth characters, it seems very lame to me. And I read an interview where they said if, like in Super Mario Bros. 2, you played as Mario, Luigi, Toad, and the Princess. It's pretty much, you're ready to go. You have your four characters for four players. And you said that Miyamoto said that if they were going to have the princess playable, they'd have to program in special physics for the way her dress moves. And that's even dumber than the complaints about the Wii not being able to handle online multiplayer, because to say that just sounds stupid, frankly, and really, really lazy and lame. Now, I understand, like, there's a logistic error, sort of like, oh, the princess is supposed to be kidnapped. Play as Daisy. You have Princess Daisy. I mean, or you can have the game be about something other than saving the princess. It's not hard to be like, Bowser's stolen the magic crystal or the superstar or something. They have to get that back. It's not too hard to have a way that you could play as either Peach or another princess, like Daisy. Especially since they're supposed to be getting more people playing this. A lot of people I know really loved being able to play as the princess in Mario Bros. 2 that were girls and there weren't many female game characters then, and they really loved being able to play as the princess. So if you want to get more people and more females who weren't playing before playing, it's really odd not to have a female character you can play as. The saving system. They sort of went back to like how it was in Super Mario Bros. DS and Super Mario World, where you have to get to beat a castle or a fortress in order to save. And that's cool but the way they have the quick save thing, I messed up a couple of times. I just need to get used to the whole quick save thing, where it's sort of like, why not just have your save points just save after every level? But I understand why they're doing it that way. And the one little thing I probably just need to get used to, why is it that you have to press 1 and shake to pick up POW blocks and characters like the toads and stuff like that? That just seems like just a strange thing to do. Because it's not like you can pick up the Koopa shells just by walking into them, and it's not like you can't just press down and 1. So it's not like they just needed to have something where you shake the controller. It's just a little cumbersome and a little bit of an overuse the controller. Now, very, very pleased. This game is like a dream come true. Like, seriously, I'd never thought they'd make a game like this. And Nintendo has a lot of balls to make a 2D platformer their flagship title for this holiday season, and I'm very glad they made this game, that they put so much effort into it, and I'm very happy with it. And so that's my first impressions of the game. If anything big comes up, maybe I'll make another video about it as I play through the game. And so that's my opinions of New Super Mario Bros. Wii so far. I'm playing through the second world, and thank you very much for watching.